Hi, my name's Dee, your Professor of Woo Woo, and welcome back to the readings of Sunchild Tarot. Thank you for visiting the channel. Obviously, I'm going to ask you press like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But firstly, it is February. It is February 2020. I've got a little bit of time to record, so I thought I would do a reading for Aries. If you're watching on YouTube, then note this side, you'll see the shuffle video going on. And if you're watching on Instagram, you want to see me shuffling them, then go to the YouTube once I upload it. So, it's a general reading. General reading rules apply. However, what I would like you to do is ask a question. Think about all of the questions that are around you. Choose one of them. Just be aware of all of them, because cards will answer what they want. We ain't got a say on what they decide to tell us, so be aware of all of them. But choose one of them, focus, it gives energy to the process, and then you will be able to tell, with there being a past and a present in this spread, whether this reading is for you or not for you. So, that's everything. Let me bring the cards up here for the YouTube, in fact. So we start the central energy. For those on Instagram, I'm reading the Celtic Cross. The central energy is the Two of Swords, clarified by strength. Now, it feels very much like a holding pattern, and I'll explain why. Because the crossing energy is the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands. So I'm using the Tarot Apocalypsis and the Supernatural Tarot, as in this TV series. Aren't they great? As clarifiers, and it looks like taking action right now is not the best thing to do, because there's something that you're blind to. There's something that you are not quite seeing, as seen by this Two of Swords. It's almost like you've got this inner sense that it's time to make a move. You must make a move. Wait, because one would assume that there's either more information to come your way, or there is some other event that needs to occur before you take action, because there was a fast change of fortune, I suppose. There's something that you was working on or working with or concerned about, where it may well have been something that you was wanting, with it being clarified here, Eight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. And I rather feel, with the determined gaze that's on the Archer on this Eight of Wands card, this is something that you had been aiming for. This is something that you had been planning. This is something that you had been wanting. There may have been some obstacle in the way, and all of a sudden that obstacle was removed. So whether that was you came into funding, or whoever it is suddenly started talking to you where they'd previously been ignoring you, relationship, business, whatever. If you're a regular watcher of this channel, you know I don't necessarily like doing love readings, but I'm trying to think what sort of obstacles that all of a sudden things have changed. There is whoosh. Now, I feel from these two cards that it was a change for the better. However, I don't think that you necessarily see it as a change for the better initially, or there is that sense of, oh, now this has happened, I have got to do this. And I really feel that with Seven of Wands and Three of Wands crossing you, now crossing energies can still be supportive, but with that Two of Swords as the central energy, there's something that you're not quite seeing yet. So take a breath before you move forward. Take a breath before you dive in. Have this. Oh, now this Strength card. I completely forget the character's name, but it's that vampire that Dean became friends with, and the vampire got trapped in purgatory, and they met each other again there, and so it's almost like there's restrain that hunger to act, just for the moment. Now, I'm not saying all month, not by long chalk, but at the bottom of the deck, we have, oh, at bottom of the deck, at the foundation of your situation, we have the Sun and the Magician. So the right time to act will become really obvious. The right time to, everything slots into place. You will have that moment of, well, let's use the imagery of the Sun card, that moment of illumination. Oh, so that's in place now, or, oh, that's what's going on, or, oh, that's what they meant, or, you know, it's literally the penny dropping, the funding arriving, the competition stepping to one side and going in a different direction. What other ways? There's whatever it is, that one thing that you were missing is suddenly there, and it's like, right now everything is in place. Whereas if you act immediately, if you act right now, there's yes, it's almost like there is a point of need. You're acting from a point of need, as in needing to act, hungry to act, whereas waiting for the illumination of the Sun, the clarified by the Magician, someone who is in control of the elements, someone who is able to know the right time for one thing, but it's then got all the forces under his control, then can move forward. A magician needs training. So here, the Sun card is the revelation that this force, this energy, this information, this money, this circumstance has arrived, and now all your ducks are in a row. That's what I could call the reading, ducks in a row. Because Spirit's interesting. We've got the Two of Wands, which is setting plans into motion. It could be, I was hearing, oh, now, who was it? Minnow Pond was saying it can be a card of boredom. And yeah, if you look at the young pharaoh here, yeah, he's bored. He's bored while that caravan train goes off into the horizon to the next big city or wherever it's going. So you have been in this planning session, era of time. You're still in the planning era of time until all your ducks are in the row. And that's because Spirit's here giving you the insight, High Priestess, the lovely Rowena, to work out, well, once I do this, then I need to do this, then I need to do this, then I need to do this, and if this happens, I can do this. And so there is that element of wittering rather than doing, but it's not as in, oh, is it going to go right? Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, it could all go horribly wrong. It's, no, here's my plan, and here's my contingency plan, sorted. So again, those two ideas with the Two of Swords. Now, on first glance, the future that you're moving into, and yes, if you're watching on YouTube and you can see that is my past, that is my future, I'm well aware that that's supposed to be the wrong way around. It's the way I have always done it. We have the Nine of Swords, which is a card of worries and fears, but then we have with it the Four of Cups, that prophet guy, the voice of God. So nines to me very much represent rebirth, and what is really interesting is that the one spectre over this woman's shoulder looks a bit to me like Nightcrawler from the X-Men. So I'm seeing that as a positive, a guardian energy around the lady that's sat there worrying and stressing. because notice it is in between her and the swords, and in between her and the figure that is looming in the background. And then we have the voice of God. So there's fours, obviously represent some form of foundation. Cups, it's an emotional foundation. It's an ambitious foundation. You know, it's, I know I want to do this, therefore I have an ambition to do these three other things as well, because they will support the one thing that I am really wanting to do. Or they combine as part of. Like, say you want to do a certain job and you have to get 4 different qualifications in 4 different topics to do it. That's exactly the sort of thing that's going here. So that 9, the stresses that come up once that illumination has occurred are in your interest. If you find yourself worrying about a certain thing, then listen, use that intuition that Rowena, or the High Priestess here, is giving you, that Spirit is bringing in, that crowns the situation, to listen for that voice of God, that prophecy, that these worries are occurring to you for a reason. And the reason is not just to sit and worry about them. The reason is to go, if that happens, here's my contingency plan. And you know what? That contingency plan, I can do half of that anyway, because it's actually really going to help what I'm going to do. So the worries that are coming up are instructive. As long as you process them and don't just wallow in the worry, they're instructive, they are helpful, they are coming from that guardian energy, that Nightcrawler of the X-Men energy. And yes, I know that there is nobody else in the world that's going to say Nightcrawler of the X-Men is on the 9 of Swords card of the Tarot Apocalypsis. But hey, that's the way my brain works. Look at the decor. So, how you're feeling. Oh, now this is quite interesting. So, 7 of Pentacles, clarifying the 10 of Swords. Where you are in the situation. There's very much a sense of enough is enough here. I have done the work. And again, there's this hunger to move, because I've done the work now. I've done it. It's time for the transformation. I am ready to be liberated from my shackles and reap the benefits of the work that I have put in already. Yeah, absolutely, long term. But just for the moment, if it's, this has happened, I have to act, and you're acting from that place of, oh my God, I have to act now because this opportunity has occurred, rather than acting from the, look, all my ducks in a row now, I can move forward, no problem. That's the time to act forward. So how are the people? So there is influence from somebody else assisting you here. We have the Star clarified by the Empress. So the Empress is, well, the Star can be wish fulfillment or wisdom, that point of that point of illumination. Somebody else bringing you the news of that shop's closed down, you can open yours up, or they said this, they meant that, this happened because this happened a long time ago, which you didn't know about. All those, or here's the money, you know, the Empress card when all's said and done. It is definitely another person that gives you that moment of illumination. Looking at this, it's not just circumstance, it's a person telling you something. Because I think you're worried that whether you are going to, are you able to step up? Are you going to tie yourself up in worry in your attempt to level up? And the answer is yes and no. Because that worry should occur, because as we've just seen, those worries are instructive. But those worries only appear once your ducks are in the row, and it's not I need to move now. It's, look, my road is clear, my path is clear. Now, final outcome cards. We have 5 of Swords clarified by Queen of Cups, Queen of Goblets. Now, This particular Five of Swords, I mean, the Five of Swords can be conflict. It can be taking what's left of a triumphant conflict. If you think there's that one guy picking the swords up while the people he has already fought are walking off. This one, it's the adventurers in the tavern the night before. There is a wonderful sense of camaraderie here in this particular card. I love this Five of Swords. I don't read it anywhere near the traditional definition of it, because there's that 5 element. 5 is the number of man, 5 is the number of challenge, 5 is the number of magic. So as we can see by this 9 of Swords here, there is a stressy time coming. Once all your ducks are in a row, you're then going to have plenty of things to worry about, and that's okay, because worry about them, work out a plan, stop worrying about them, move on to the next worry, work out a plan for that one. And some of these plans, you might actually figure out, you know what, even though that was part of my contingency plan, I can do it anyway because it makes what I'm doing better. Right, let's have a look at some oracle cards. I think in future I might shuffle these beforehand because I don't want the video to go on too long. Yeah, hark at me. I don't want the video to go on too long, like I don't waffle. Right, who have we got? We've got Persephone with transformation. So there's a time signature in there, springtime, which also means we're not in spring yet. We're nowhere near the spring equinox. If you're in the east coast of North America, or if you're here in Europe, it's still winter, and we know it. You know, so there's a time signature there, but there's that point of transformation. Imagine Persephone coming out of the underworld. There's that, literally that point of, it was dark down there and oh, there's the sun, and waiting for your eyes to adjust. That's that sensation of your ducks getting in a row when it becomes obvious that you can happily and easily move forward. Right, so, 2 cards. So we have Jupiter and Saturn, great conjunction stuff here. Act within the law and things will be good, which is something you can get. Saturn's restrictions and Jupiter is law. But there's also that emphasis of, right, restrain yourself, restrict yourself, Saturn, right now, and then things get better. Saturn with structure, Jupiter with abundance. So whatever this change was, this news was, yes, it was a signal that things are nearly ready for you to act. It's not a signal that it's time for you to act. There's one last piece until your ducks are in a row and you can move forward. So, if this meant anything, please do comment down below, whether YouTube, Instagram, BitChute, whichever channel you're watching this on, which I really must start uploading to BitChute. I've got one video on there so far. Odyssey, let me not forget that one. So like, share, subscribe, follow, heart it, whatever the thing is that you're supposed to do. Contact details, Instagram, it's in the bio. YouTube, Odyssey, BitChute, blah, blah, blah. It will be in the description down below. I am taking a limited amount of personal readings, mainly due to time constraints, because I do have a day job. So if you're interested, go to the Facebook page that's in the bio, or you might be clicking link after link. There's a link tree that will get you there, and you can message me there. Other than that, this looks really good. Just... in a way, 1 stitch in time saves 9, so don't step forward too fast, because you could step forward with half of everything sorted, or you could step forward with everything sorted. I highly recommend the latter one. In which case, thank you very much for watching. See you later.